guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I'm using the really crappy, not so professional looking phone setup, and today's goal will be to try and look at the lens and not the screen. Can I do it? We shall see. So, you can tell from the title, I have something that's a little bit self-promoting, but there's a keyword at the end of the title that says charity, and that's a big part of what I want to talk about in this video, but I'm going to leave that part till last, and I'm just going to skim over the stuff before it. First, I would like to say I'm sorry that I've been very content light this month. This is due to the fact that, aside from just mental health reasons, but I actually hurt my back, and I've been recovering from that for like 2 weeks now. It started to get a little better, and when it started to feel like I could sit in a chair without problems, I recorded my Charmed Collection video, and sitting in that chair and maneuvering a certain way for 4 hours straight actually aggravated the problem in my back and made it 10 times worse. So I was pretty much crippled in pain, and it's finally gotten to a place where I can move and I don't have any problems, but there is still, it's not 100% there. I'd say we're at 95%. We're almost all the way there, but not completely. So because of that, I've been focusing on just recovering, and so I haven't really done anything else. I could have still been watching movies and writing reviews, but like I said, when it comes to my mental health, I just haven't been in a good headspace to do that, and I apologize, but I have been mapping out the content that I want to put out in December, so hopefully December will make up for that. It's going to be all bright and festive and cheerful, or at least I'm going to try. We'll see how I do. But getting into the subject of today's video, as some of you may or may not know, I do have an account on TeePublic where I have merch. Now, I still have old designs such as these. And big thank you to Larry and Daniel, if you happen to watch this, who have actually purchased a couple of items from my merch. I greatly appreciate that. Oh god, the day I saw them wearing the shirts, I was just over the moon. Like, that was just really, really exciting. So I made some new designs, and I'm just going to quickly go over them. Now, on TeePublic, you can do this yourself. If you have an idea and you can manage to, I don't know, put it into something on the computer and upload it, you can sell it yourself, and then you can have it as apparel, you can have it as mugs, coffee thermoses, notebooks, magnets, stickers, pillows, oh god, what else? Laptop cases, phone cases. Suffice to say, there's a lot of options for you. You can have wall art. I don't, because that's pushing it. I'll do everything else though. But so I came up with some new designs. One, so I just want to quickly go over them with you before I get into the really important one. Now, I would like people to know that I do create these designs myself. They are completely my idea, my creation. I create the basic drafts of them and how I want them to look. It's just like things like resolution and, you know, key little things, and apparently watermarks that I didn't know that I need help with to make them better and appropriate for putting them on apparel and stuff. And so I enlisted the help, or more, he volunteered, and that was a friend and fellow YouTuber Dan of the YouTube channel Movie Talk with Dan Jensen. He is such a tremendous guy, person, human being. He is awesome. He's also hilarious. If you have not checked out his channel, please do. I will actually put a link to his YouTube channel in the description box. Please check him out. He is fantastic, and he's just a genuinely good person, and I've thanked him about 1,000 times for his help with this, and I'm going to thank him for 1,000 times more. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. He perfected the images so that they were of a good enough quality that I could put them up. So the first one that I just want to show you is that thanks to him, my original Kill It With Fire design was not of a quality that worked, but I had it up so that it only worked so that I could only put it on like mugs and stuff like that. That was going to be okay, but he fixed it and now it's available on literally everything. You can have it on apparel, notebooks, pillows. It's available for everything. That was really exciting because it was one of my favorite designs that I did. Kill It With Fire has always been one of my favorite things to do on my channel, and he just made it sing. So now that's properly available. The other one is my old logo. It's I pretty much change it or revamp it every year. This is the one that I did last year. It's probably my favorite logo that I've done. So I'm like, cool, I think I'll put that there, and then I'll, get a t-shirt myself and, promote myself as much as I can. Also, I'm announcing, full disclosure, oh god, this video is so full of announcements. In the new year, we'll begin the redemption series of my game show, Are You a Movie Oracle? That means that old contestants are coming back to play again. They are coming back to redeem themselves. Basically, can they do better than they did last time? We will find out. I was so overjoyed with the number of past contestants who actually wanted to come back. So I'm really excited to be doing those episodes and bringing them to you in the new year. I hope you're excited to see it. Comment down below and tell me who you're excited to see competing. So in the spirit of the Redemption series, I created this design. The original way I did it was not quite appealing, so Dan made a minor adjustment and we ended up with this, and it actually looks way better. He's got a good artistic eye. Then of course, because I have started doing a podcast which is available on YouTube and SoundCloud, links to all that stuff down in the description box as well. Because I started doing this podcast with one of my favorite people on the platform, Ben Goddard, and I have such a fun time doing that. I also just submitted our podcast for review for iTunes to see if I can get it put up there. Still waiting to see how that goes. But because of the podcast, I'm like, well, I have to have something for that. So the first one I came up with was this design. Again, these are all on TeePublic, and the link to that is in the description box. But this is the first one I did. Agree to disagree. It's self-explanatory, and I basically did this because Ben and I virtually do not agree on anything. There is so little we agree on this series, but I have so much fun with it, and I actually kind of love that we don't agree because it means we have so much more to talk about. And so I came up with this design, which really sums up how the series is. And without being too, I didn't want to put Switch Movies on a t-shirt. That just seemed dumb. Said by the person who put the movie Oracle on a t-shirt, but whatever. What the fuck ever. Pardon my French. The next design I came up with was inspired by the recent Q&A video that Ben and I did. Ben went on the best tangent I've ever seen in my life. It was hilarious. He lost his fucking shit. And then he went off on his own stream today, still bitching about Fantastic Beasts. This time, it was killing me because I couldn't actually respond. Fucking chat limitation, all that shit. But anyway, so he said this. He said the words, "I done did the learns," when we were talking that, and it was so funny. And I've watched over our recordings and listened to it so many times that I had to come up with a design for it and slap it on a t-shirt. So I did, and here it is. This is I done did the learns, and I gotta say, just looking at it cracks me up. That, again, is available on everything. And I messaged Ben last night, I'm like, because I told him, I said, I'm gonna slap that on merchandise, and he's like, ha, yeah, cool, great. I don't think he took me seriously, and so I messaged him like, you're officially merchandise. So there we go. And then because we are approaching December, we are getting into the Christmas spirit. So I wanted to do some designs that were very suitable for Christmas. So the first design that I came up with is very pro-Christmas. So we have can't talk watching Christmas movies, which I think is, again, pretty self-explanatory. It looks festive. It looks very, very Christmassy. And pretty much if we're all movie lovers, we're all busy watching Christmas movies this time of year. So, again, this is available on everything. Mugs, pillows, whatever. You could just be sipping hot. Oh my god, I totally want this myself, to just be sipping on not a hot chocolate because it's going to be summer here. So, an iced beverage, but I'd still put it in a mug. Sipping from a can't talk watching Christmas movies mug while watching Christmas movies. Works for me. But then I have to think that there are some people out there who just aren't into the Christmas season. They have, the Christmas spirit has not entered them. I mean, the Christmas spirit has to ask for permission now thanks to the Me Too movement. But I'm gonna get so much hate for that. I am so sorry. Fuck, I'm ashamed of myself. Anyway, oh god. So in honor of the people who don't get very festive, aren't really big on Christmas, I came up with this design. It's dull, it's drab, it's on point. So I quite like that. The reason why I did this, there's actually a story behind it. I'm going to keep that story short. When I was younger, my mom took me to this neighborhood out in Dingley, which is 15-minute drive? 10-15-minute drive from where I live. We were going into one of the villages in Dingley, and I know that sounds weird hearing me say village, but it's kind of like a gated community, just no gates. And they completely go out, all out on Christmas. Insane Christmas lights, and I remember going to see them. They were so, so beautiful, and they really inspired me to amp up my own Christmas decorations. And there was just this one house, and it was my mom's absolute favorite. This person just had this bright flashing, well, it wasn't flashing, it was just this bright fairy light sign over their garage that said Scrooge. That's all they had. It was fucking brilliant. That's like the mic drop moment of Christmas lights. And my mum still to this day said that was her favorite house because that was so funny. So I was kind of inspired by that, aside from the fact we all know about Scrooge, but that house, that made me want to do this. So I have my old designs, and so these are now all my new designs. I'm really happy with them, and I hope you guys like them, but that brings me into the most important design that I want to talk about, and that would be this design, which is Unity Through Cinema. And here's now I have to get deep. So for the longest time, I told myself that if I had money, if I was to ever enter the workforce again, or if I was to ever become rich, which was never going to happen, and at this rate, after being unemployed for 7 years and being completely unsuccessful at finding work, and I've pretty much given up on the concept of that ever happening, I always told myself that if I had money, I would donate it to charity. What charity? I didn't know, because there are so many causes that I care about, that I'm passionate about, and I don't think that I could ever choose just one. And then I realized the other day, I was just talking to myself and just kind of imagining what would happen if I had Kardashian money. And then I realized I don't actually need to have money to support a good cause. So I grabbed my Book of Shadows notebook, which I had not used for anything yet, and I decided to start using it to sketch out design ideas, and it's where I started coming up with a lot of these designs, especially this one. What I love about doing films and being on this platform is the people that I have met. And I don't mean the toxic people, I mean the genuinely good people. We don't necessarily agree on a lot of the same things or like a lot of the same things. Not that we have to, because we don't. but I've ended up meeting so many people from around the world, places I've never even heard of. And the one thing we all have in common is that we love movies. We love, love, love them. We love watching them. We love talking about them. We love breaking them down. We love how they make us feel. And they've brought us all together. And that's what inspired this design. So, what I decided is that I was going to find a charity or an organization that dealt with a lot of things that I care about, and that what I would do is any of the money that I would earn off the sale of this design, whether it be shirts, whether it be apparel or mugs or notebook, whatever, any money that I would make off this design, I would donate to charity. And that's completely what I intend to do. If you purchase anything with this design on it from TeePublic, whatever I would have made, whatever commission I would take from that, I will be donating to Amnesty International. Now, they are a really good organization. I have the website up because they deal with so many things, I can't list them off by heart. So here are the campaigns that they work on: Indigenous justice, right for rights, I can't pronounce this word, Rohingya rights, change the date, refugee rights, LGBTQ rights, end the death penalty, individuals at risk, women's rights, crisis response. They work on trying to make this world a better place, but they work on, I mean, it's Amnesty International, so they do things on an international scale. You see them looking at things with the Syrian refugees. Their campaigns change. I think this is just what's current, but there are just so many people that they try to look after. Like I said, human rights, civil rights. They take care of women, children, abuse victims of any gender, because it's not just women who are victims, for people who still continue to think that, victims of war, refugees. If there is a cause, they pretty much are there trying to help. And I will put a link to their site down in the description box for you to look at. I follow them on Facebook, and the things that you see that they're trying to put a stop to or change is everything that I pretty much agree with. I believe in us trying to make this world a better place, kind of getting rid of the hatred and the violence and all that kind of stuff. There are so many causes that I would love to support. I wish I was, had like Tony Stark money and I could just be donating it to every single charity in the world. I really wish that I do. Because another charity I would love to support is organizations that are trying to find a cure for Alzheimer's. My grandmother had Alzheimer's, and I know very well how horrific it is, so that'll be the next on my list to help. But in the meantime, this is my project. This is what I am trying to do as somebody who, keep in mind, this isn't sponsored. They haven't reached out to me. This is just completely my decision. I'm struggling financially and I have my problems, but compared to a lot of other people in the world, my problems are not that bad compared to them, and I still have a lot of things that I'm grateful for. And so if with my little platform and little following that I have and my creativity, I can at least do something that benefits other people, then I don't see a reason for me not to do that. Like people, when it's like a mental awareness day, week, month, whatever it is, they get on Twitter, they use this stupid hashtag, and they're just like, look at me, I'm so nice, I made a difference. What the fuck did you actually do? You posted a tweet. You know what you could have done instead of doing that? You could have picked up the phone and checked on a friend of yours who maybe is depressed. Maybe they're not depressed. You don't even know, but like check on your friends, see how they're doing, check on a relative. You could have done that. You could have donated to an organization. You could have done a million things. Hell, post a link to a website where somebody else could maybe donate money. Just do something. Posting a tweet saying you're aware of what the day is does not actually help anybody with depression. It's like, oh, I posted a tweet. Well, that's good. Someone still went and jumped off a fucking ledge, so your tweet did nothing. I don't believe in doing that. If it does work, I don't believe it does, because I see people tweeting about that stuff all the time. It's never helped me with any of my mental health issues. Not once. I believe that if you actually care about something, you should be proactive and do something. So instead of me just sitting on my butt talking about it, I wanted to actually do something. And like I said, I don't have money, I don't have a job, I don't have a steady income, but here's a way I found that I can contribute to something, that I can help people who are less fortunate than me maybe have their lives be made just a little bit better. So it doesn't matter whether it's my other designs, which obviously commission for that goes to me. I'm not saying you have to do any of this. This is such a promo video, I know that. But if you want to support me, I so beyond appreciate that. To the people who have subscribed to me, who follow me, who, oh my God, to the people who have chosen to be my patrons, I'm so forever grateful. It doesn't matter how small the number is, I will forever be grateful and do everything that I can to make you guys feel like supporting me is worth it. But this, I'm not saying you have to. I would love it if you got something with this design, because that's you and me working together to help other people who are less fortunate than us. I can't do this alone. This is kind of a collaborative effort. It takes more than one person to do this. So if you choose not to support any of that other stuff, that's fine with me. If you choose to support this, I would absolutely love that. If you just choose to support all of them, even better. But this right now is something that I'm passionate about, that I really want to do. And so why not? So if you guys would like to help in making this possible, I would really, 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 really love that. This video got deep. We got deep. I went in. I swear this video was meant to be a little bit more light, but then it ended up kind of heavy. Not exactly my intention, but I guess when you're talking about things like charity and organizations, and especially ones that deal on such heavy subjects, hard not to. So that's everything that I've worked on right now. And again, another thank you. I said I was going to keep thanking him. Thank you to Dan, who helped tweak, revamp, and just get these designs to where I wanted them. They are currently all now available on TeePublic. Link to that is down in the description box. You will also find a link to my TeePublic page attached to my main channel page. And to make things even better, everything on TeePublic right now is 35% off, so you can support causes at a charitable price. Now, keep in mind, I don't actually earn a lot from the sales of these things, but it doesn't matter whether I'm going to earn $1 or $5. That's still $1 or $5 that I'm going to be giving to charity. That you can have my word on. I know there's like no way of me to prove it, but you know what? Maybe I will actually post a video of me on the website donating to charity. Maybe that's what I will do to prove that I'm not trying to scam you out of your money, that it's actually going to go to a good cause. But I'm not a scammer. I don't do those things. Certain people in England may do them to Charmed fans, but I do not. Yes, I'm still fucking bitter about that. But anyway, like I said, 35% off all merch on TeePublic right now. I'm not the only YouTuber who uses TeePublic. Jared Buckendall does, the Silver Screen Analysis does. They've got some awesome designs. I know I have a few other friends. Dan Jensen actually has a whole range of merch himself, but he uses a completely different website. So if you want to go to that, go to his channel and then you know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, That's all I want to say in today's video. I'm now gonna get back to working on preparing my December content, and I've been trying to schedule a game show episode for the last month now. We will see if I'm able to do that and get that up in the coming weeks, so be on the lookout for that. As always, thank you to my incredible patrons. A lot of the patron giveaway items have arrived. I have some of them over there. Just waiting on 2 more. One's being delivered. One actually doesn't get released until December, so I have to wait for it to be available in store, but I've already pre-ordered it, so then I'll have to go get that. But as soon as that's done, I will be shipping everything out, and hopefully everybody will get it in time for Christmas. So that will be my Christmas thank you to all my patrons. But that's it for today's video. Thank you all so much, and even if you don't end up getting any of this stuff, just thank you for watching this video because it still means a lot to me. So until next time, bye.